Welcome back to my channel. I'm Reed from Emerald Lotus, a website that shares free weekly tarot resources and other divination goodies. And today we are going to be using my full moon charm casting cloth. This is available in my Etsy shop. You guys have probably seen it before. And I'm going to be using some charms that I pulled specifically for this reading to do a bit of a community reading for the upcoming full moon lunar eclipse that is happening on November 19th, 2021. If you're watching this after November 19th, 2021, don't worry, there might still be a really important message for you here, so don't be deterred from watching it just because the date has passed if you feel called to watch it. Otherwise, let's just get into it. So before we get started today, I want to use the Wild Goddess Oracle deck to just pull a card to see what one of the main themes is. So we're going to do a little bit of a mix of Oracle as well as charm casting today. Let's see what the energy of this full moon is bringing for us. Emerald Lotus Collective. Okay, so what is the full moon bringing for us? The Seeker. Oh, that's so crazy. See, I've been seeing the Fool card so much in the past week. If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen it in my stories. I've pulled it at least twice this past week, at least. So the Seeker card says, the meaning of life is to seek ways to give your life meaning, doing so with gratitude, patience, compassion for both yourself and others. And this is also number 7. So if you're someone that resonates with the number 7, I am personally, this is for you for sure. So this is a beautiful card. I'm obsessed with the artwork, and I feel like the Seeker is a really important message for us right now during this full moon. We're really being guided to look for better, look for more, look for what really speaks to our soul, what really allows us to vibrate at a higher frequency, what really allows us to push forward in life rather than being stuck. This is a full moon in Taurus, so that means that we have a lot of Taurus energy coming through, which is a very sturdy and strong sign. A lot of people say Taurus is lazy, but it's not laziness. It's that they recognize their worthiness, and therefore they don't like to push past that if they don't have to, but they will. And so that's kind of the energy that we're getting right now, along with this Scorpio energy. We're in Scorpio season as well. We're also seeing a lot of shedding, a lot of releasing, a lot of transforming, a lot of that icky stuff that comes with Scorpio that so many people either love or hate. Scorpio is a sign that, or it's riddled with what we view as human as like negative or scary things, but really it's very beautiful. I've pulled a snake to be used in this reading to kind of represent the Scorpio season. I know it's not necessarily a snake, but whenever I think of death and transformation, I always think about a snake, and that's perfect for Scorpio season. So we're going to be using this snake to kind of represent this seeker energy. So it's like looking for something better, allowing what doesn't serve us anymore to be released, allow that layer to be shed. And it might not look pretty. That is like the main theme that I want to say about this full moon, is that the transformations that are coming through, they might not look pretty, they might not feel good. It's not like some beautiful flower opening to this new horizon, or a butterfly coming out of its cocoon. I'm more seeing like a transformation, like it's uncomfortable, you've outgrown it, it's time to shed that layer. The snake has to shed the layer. It's a natural progression for it to shed the layer, and that's what I'm getting with the Seeker as well. So that's something to keep in mind as we go forward in this reading. Also, to me, the Seeker card really gives me with her body, it's very like Venus energy as well, which is something I also feel very connected to, especially with the flowers and the swans. Very much like Venus, Aphrodite type energy as well. So, and that also really ties in with this the snake as well. It's like that Kundalini energy of stepping into power of who you are, regardless of your gender. So we'll keep her back there. That is our main energy for this full moon as it relates to the Oracle cards. But now let's see what charm casting has to say for us. So I'm going to start in the top row just because that's where I feel the most called to. So we've got the gun at the very top of the casting mat pointing away from us. So we're seeing that there's no like self-harm, there's no reason to be hard on yourself or to feel like you need to use any weapons right now, like figurative weapons, of course. It's not a time for that. It's also not really a time for shadow work right now, which is ironic because it is Scorpio, but it's not going to be like a specific kind of shadow work energy that we're going to be working with. And the other thing that we've also got here is the grapes, which is a sign of abundance and good luck, and that's also off the mat. So we won't be reading those today. So let's see what's actually on the casting mat. So we've got intention right away with the gold scissors. So that is all about cutting something out and releasing. So immediately, that's exactly what we were just talking about this Scorpio season, the seeker, the full moon energy. It's all about releasing. It's all about cutting things out. I wouldn't recommend this to be a time about like manifesting, and it's just this lunar eclipse is really, really powerful. So it's really time to focus backwards a little bit to what you're carrying, what baggage is still being pulled behind you. Like, I'm seeing you trudging forward and you're holding on to like a weight almost behind you. It's attached by a cord and you're pulling it, and it's all past baggage. It's all past decisions you've made. It's all what you thought you needed. And you have the golden scissors now. That's the intention, is that you're going to cut that thread. You're going to cut that cord, because it's not going to be easy, because what you've had in that pack behind you, what you've been pulling, you found it helpful. It's been with you on your journey for a reason. You brought it with you for a reason, but you don't need it now. There's something about it that you don't need right now. And you might need to ask for divine guidance on what that is. You might need to ask for divine guidance on how to cut it out. It might require you to put a little bit of faith in spirit and to allow these things to happen, but set the intention that you want to cut these cords. Do some energy cutting. It might be a past relationship. It might be items in your home. It might be a job. It might be something that you've committed to that you just no longer want. It no longer serves you. It could be a friendship. It could be anything really, but you're setting the intention to really cut those energetic cords and release it at this full moon, which is perfect. Up at the top here, we've got reflect, and we've got the little crayons. So it's a good time to reflect on some of your artwork, some of your creative ventures. Think about what would make you feel good and what would really speak to your inner child. This one for me is all about inner child and creativity. So reflect on that a little bit. What did you enjoy doing as a child? What felt meaningful to you creatively as a child? Some children really love trucks. Some kids really love animals. Some love horses. And so what creatively did you do often as a child that brought you a lot of joy? Reflect on that. It's a good time for that. Then we have continue here, where we've got the food upside down. So be mindful of the food that you're consuming. Continue to do that. If that's something you've been paying attention to lately, is what you're putting in your body, what type of food you're eating. Perhaps you've been mindful to not overindulge. I know Thanksgiving is coming up in the United States, as well as the holiday season. So continue to just be mindful of what you put in your body. It doesn't mean that you can't enjoy things. It doesn't mean you can't have pizza. It just means to be mindful of overindulgence at this time. And continue on with your love life. We're seeing it's also coming here under blessing as well. So you might be in a relationship or just starting one, or on your journey to look for love. But right now for us, that's looking like it's something that you should really continue, because it really does want to blossom. And specifically because this is right next to the acorn. The acorn is all about good luck and abundance. So I can't even show you. This is like the tiniest little acorn. The acorn is all about good luck and abundance. I absolutely adore this little acorn charm. It's small, but it's so powerful, the acorn. It's one of my favorite symbols. So, yeah, so continue being hopeful in love. If you're looking for love, this is not the time to give up. And continue manifesting just everything. Like, you might have noticed lately that you've been getting more good luck than normal for some of you. And for some of you, it might not be good luck in what you expect, but it might be good luck that's coming because you've been a little bit more positive or intentional. And I'm thinking specifically about something kind of funny. So the other day we went to the park, and when we drove up, because I live in LA, everywhere is so busy. Like, even the little parks on the weekend are insanely busy. And as we pulled up, there was someone that pulled out of their spot like immediately as we drove in, and we hopped in. Didn't think anything of it. We took their spot, they were leaving, and we went about our day. About 2 hours later, when we were leaving the park, as we were driving out, we saw the whole rest of the parking lot and how there wasn't one space available. And only then did we realize how lucky we were to snag that spot in the first place. But we didn't even recognize how lucky it was that that person pulled out at the exact divine time for us to take their spot. So these are small instances of good luck and abundance that a lot of people don't notice. But I'm seeing that you've been noticing more things like that lately. You know, you've been noticing like, oh, as soon as I go to check the timer, there's only 3 seconds left and I'm there right as my timer's about to go off. Or you're manifesting like a television show that you'd like another season of, and suddenly you go to look on Netflix or wherever you watch watch TV or movies and you see that it's now available or it's coming out really soon. Small things like that I'm seeing is happening in your life, and the universe really wants you to continue noticing those things and continue being positive about them, because it's going to help to transform. The acorn helps to grow the tree. So it's a small thing right now, but it's going to blossom into something really big. And if it is love that you're looking for, it could be coming for you. Absolutely. Keep your perspective open, because it's really important for us right now to be focused on the good. It's really something that's been beneficial to us. Okay, so again, we're seeing here, we have shadow work and no, which is actually something that I said at the beginning with the, this mirror to me represents shadow work, and it was outside. So I said it wasn't a great time for shadow work. This also says not a great time for specific shadow work right now. But here is the real mess. I'm gonna move you up. Okay, ignore the shadows. I don't know if you can see it, but actually for me, there's like a bunch of rainbows that are showing up on the casting mat right now. Like, if you look at magic, can you see that? It's so beautiful. Love it. Okay, but anyways, back to what we're talking about. So we've got a lot going on here. I don't even know if this is, oh, lesson. Oh no. Oh no, guys, we have a lot of lessons coming out right now, okay? So there's something in your life that you wanted to transform. You've been waiting for something. You've been very, very patient. Like the butterfly in the cocoon, you've been very, very patient, but it's not happening just yet. There's something you need to let go of. There's something that you thought was a great idea, but it's actually just bringing you more pain. It's actually just bringing you more heartache, more stress, more storms. It's like the stormy weathers, of course. We get the lightning, so it's like there's ideas, there's thunder, there's a lot going on, a lot of intense emotion, specifically related to like stormy weather, bad emotions, negative emotions, heavy emotions, but also divine guidance. I'm seeing that like the angels, your divine, your spirit guides, your higher self, whatever you believe in, this sort of like universal awareness that exists, that is greater than who you are or what you are right now in your physical body. That energy is trying to inform you that what you've been working on, what you've been holding on to, what you've been trying to transform, it's not working. It's not going to happen. It needs to be released. There's a lesson here about that, okay? It's a really important lesson that's coming through right now as well. The lesson also might be about timing. It doesn't mean that it's never going to work, but it means that you need to release a little bit of your expectations and what you've been really, really hoping for. I'm sensing a message I've been having a lot lately for myself that I want to share with you guys as well, is when we're manifesting or when we're trying to, you know, think positive and be abundant and have good things come into our lives, it's really, really important not to get hung up on the small details. So if you want to manifest a partner, okay, you're straight, you're a woman, you're heterosexual, you want to manifest a man in your life. What I've been learning about lately, what I've been really finding myself being drawn to think about, is that rather than manifesting this man, this person, what is the actual underlying emotion that you want to manifest about this man? So really what you're looking for in having a man is maybe having someone to do things with, having someone who supports you, having somebody who makes you feel good about yourself, having somebody who you're connected to sexually and romantically. I don't know exactly what it is that you're looking for in that person, but try to journal, try to write it down, try to think about what is it actually that you want to manifest that goes beyond just the man, okay? And then think about that as more of an entire picture, like open up your manifestations for it. So for instance, another example would be if you want more money, okay? You want to make more money. You really want to just be like wealthy and you want more money. At the base of that, what is it that you actually want from the more money? Because you probably don't just want more money so that it sits in the bank, but you actually gain nothing from it. That's not probably what you want. What you probably want is freedom. You probably want the freedom to not have to work, or to be able to work a job that you actually like, or to be able to work less, or to travel, or to decorate your home, or to feel secure. Like there's definitely something at the core of that you actually really want. And so I would advise that if you are manifesting and moving forward as you manifest over the next few months, try to kind of open up your manifestation. So rather than trying to manifest a man or manifest more money, try to manifest the emotion that comes with it. So you're trying to manifest satiation in relationship. You're trying to be sexually liberated, sexually fulfilled. You're trying to be able to live comfortably because of your financial means. Like, try to get creative in the way that you are wording your manifestations. I don't know why I felt like bringing that up right now, but I really felt like telling you that. I don't know why, but that's something I want you to be mindful of. Regardless, what I was trying to also say is the lesson means that it might not be the right time. I think this is how I started it all. Might not be the right time because you're not seeing the entire picture. You're not seeing the whole snapshot yet. What you think you want might not actually be what you want. You might not actually want a man. Maybe when you get a man, and you're in a relationship, you come to realize that all you wanted all along was to feel good by yourself. You wanted to be able to love yourself. You wanted to be able to spend time by yourself, to feel fueled by yourself, to feel spiritually connected. And you might be looking for that spiritual connection in a man or in money or whatever. And right now you don't have the entire picture. And Spirit is saying that what you think you want, what you think you want to transform, what you think you want to have grow right now might not be accurate. So rather than getting super fixated on something specific, try to open up your manifestations, try to open up your dreams, try to really get into what you want at your core, what your highest self really wants for you. And as we say that, we also see under align and blessing, we're seeing the success, money, sorry, the sun is like out of control. We're seeing the success, money versus happiness upside down. So things might be a little bit skewed right now. Your perception might be a little bit skewed in what you think you want, okay? So something might look shiny, but on the inside, it might not be. So it's really time to align with your inner self, your inner being. Try to let go of all those external things, like getting more money, getting a partner, manifesting a new job, manifesting a home, like whatever it is that's outside of yourself, it's not the time for right now. Right now, the time is for you to set intention on what you're carrying and who you are on the inside. It's really a great time for you to go inward right now. And so we have the Seeker again that comes to mind, the card that we got in the very beginning. So the Seeker isn't looking, the Seeker might be looking for something. They're looking around, they're exploring, they're trying to figure it out. But one of the greatest messages of the Fool card or the Seeker is that the irony of the entire journey is that the answers always were within. There was never a need for a journey. The journey opened up everything and allowed it to come, to be more visible, to make more sense, but it wasn't necessary. That's what we're getting here right now, is that all these extra things aren't actually in alignment with you right now. It's time to really focus on yourself. So we're also seeing for a lot of you that there might be a lot of transformation in work. It was something to do with business and finances and work. And there's transformation happening because there's a pouring out of your cup. So your emotions are not being fulfilled because potentially you're spending too much time trying to make work happen, that you're not spending enough time focusing on your happiness. So it's really time to align with that cup, that inner cup. There's a car alarm going off, and I can't trust myself that you can't hear it, because last time you could hear the jackhammers. So I'm just gonna wait. Okay, it's done now. So the next thing we're gonna see here is the light bulb, self-care, and restart. So you might have an aha moment this full moon about how you want to take care of yourself, how you practice self-care, what it means to you. What it means to you deep down without the external things, without the face mask, without the nice meal at a restaurant to self-care yourself away. What do you actually want? What does your soul actually want? It wants to be taken care of. It wants to be nurtured. It wants to be treated with respect and with love and with kindness. Maybe something you've never had before. So again, we want to see this reflect up here with the inner child. So it's a good time to do that. Reflect on what would the inner child want, and how can you give that to yourself? Did the inner child want to be nurtured? Did they want space to just play? Allow that for yourself right now. And spend time reflecting on it, because it might not be obvious right away. The sun is coming out in full swing right now, so I'm so sorry if that's distracting. Okay, so next up we've got end and transformation with the computer. You might be changing the way that you work on your computer moving forward. This to me also represents like work that you're doing on the computer, time you're spending on it, technology. Could also be communication as well for some of you, and that's going to change right now and transform into something else. We also see end with the snake upside down. So that one's coming up again for us. So definitely an end, definitely a time to shed. It might not seem obvious right now what you're shedding, You might go through this full moon and say, I don't know what she was talking about, I'm not really sure. But I would advise you to journal, because over the next while, it will make sense. I think right now it's more about its intention and cutting those threads, cutting those cords, cutting that past energy, and less so about the obvious transformation we see here as well with the lesson of the clock. And it might not be in time just yet. You don't have the whole picture right now. So be okay with the fact that you don't know. Then we've got consider. So this is like the cunning little fox, okay? Look, the fox is smart, it's intelligent, but it's a little bit mischievous and it's a little bit cunning. So you might want to consider if there's anyone in your life that you might be feeling is taking advantage of you. This could be in a relationship, friendship, family member, child, workplace, anything, honestly. Be mindful of foxes around you. Be mindful of people that might be not having the best of intentions around you, and also consider if that's you. Sometimes it's us, you know, it doesn't mean we're bad people, but it happens. Consider the truth that you might want to reach out to somebody. You might want to ask for some help. You might want to talk about how you're feeling. Journal about it if you need to, if there's no one that you feel super comfortable to talk about. But consider asking for help on some of your projects that you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed with, or any of the energy we've talked about today. Consider asking for help. You know, reach out to your parents. Ask them how you were as a child and what you enjoyed doing. Get to kind of reflect on that inner child. Ask for help in releasing some of the things that you wanted to make happen for yourself. Just consider it. Just something to consider. Doesn't mean you got to do it right now, but it's just something to consider. And then under cleanse and truth, we've got a present. So there might be a gift coming your way that helps you cleanse. Might be a surprise coming that helps you cleanse that you weren't necessarily anticipating. And we also have the little rabbit. The rabbit is all about going quickly, being fast, so it's really time to slow down. The rabbit says it's time to slow down your energy at this time. Try to take as much time for yourself to just sit and just be, and not have goals, not anticipate anything, not expect anything, just be, just sit, just try to spend some time meditating, slowing down. And I'm really seeing this scissors. The scissors really spoke to me in this reading. Like, that's what you want to do this full moon, is really be intentional of what you're no longer serving, what's no longer serving you. What do you need to cut the cord on? And be mindful that the seeker always has everything they need, okay? Everything the seeker is looking for exists within themselves. Just takes time sometimes to see it. But it will come, it will make sense. Stay positive, reflect on that past self, that inner child, and focus on self-care in a new way, in a different way. Do something different for your self-care than you've been doing. Try something else. You might find it to be really restorative and feel really good. And consider a career change because you're feeling really burnt out from it, or whatever you do day to day. Jobs that you have, that could also be like working around the house. You know, if you were the main caretaker of the home, you know, you clean, you cook, that might be draining you a lot right now. So align with those emotions and ask yourself, where do I feel empty? Where's my cup being poured out? Just something to consider. That's it. That's all. That's our full moon reading. So blessings to you in this full moon, and I thank you so much for being here with me today. I really had a wonderful time reading. It felt great. And I will see you on Friday for another video. We've got 2 this week, you know. We're on it. So I'll see you on Friday. Bye.